Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into something, well, really fascinating. It's a system called the One Light System, or OLS, and it's designed to unlock human potential, apparently, through rhythmic alignment with sunlight. We're diving into a detailed report from the OLS research team published just this week, our mission today, to unpack how this system founded by Nazar Pankiv back in 2017 in Belmont, California, how it proposes to harmonize consciousness. It blends ancient principles with modern science. And the core of it all revolves around this unique 9-day cycle using, surprisingly, just 5-minute meditation windows.
Yeah, what's genuinely insightful here, I think, is how OLS tries to bridge that gap between, human biology, psychology, and even spiritual practice. It promises things like personal coherence and, well, they call it spiritual illumination. So for you listening, we'll explore how these really short, structured practices are meant to make a real, tangible difference in daily life. The idea is making spiritual well-being more accessible.
Okay, right. So let's unpack this concept. They mentioned our human rhythm engine. The sources explain how OLS uses our brain's innate pattern recognition and something called chronobiology.
Ah, yes, chronobiology.
Our body clocks.
Exactly. Our body's natural timekeeping. It uses a specific 9-day sunlight schedule, kind of as a coherent pattern to engage our cognitive faculties. The system apparently gives you these precise 5-minute meditation windows each day. And they're strategically timed across this 9-day cycle, aligning with specific solar patterns. It uses ambient sunlight exposure as the key synchronizer.
And that's a crucial point, the sunlight aspect. Sunlight is already a well-known Zeitgeber. That's a German term, means time giver. It synchronizes our circadian rhythms, our sleep-wake cycle. OLS seems to take this a step further, positioning itself as a cognitive Zeitgeber. So aiming to align your consciousness itself with these natural sunlight rhythms. The report even highlights that rhythmic stimuli are known to enhance dopamine release and improve cognitive functions. So there's a potential scientific underpinning they're pointing to. Interesting. Building on that idea of rhythm, the report then talks about echoes of order. I found this part particularly intriguing. It likens the OLS temporal pattern to sacred geometry. Even calls it a sunlight mandala.
A sunlight mandala, wow.
Yeah, suggesting it induces beneficial alpha wave activity in the brain, which is often linked to that sort of relaxed yet alert state. It also compares its algorithm to generative art sequences.
Yeah.
Like the recommend sequence.
Oh, right, the mathematical one that sort of unfolds unexpectedly but has order.
Exactly. Creating this dynamic pattern for what they term ritualistic alignment.
Okay, so with these quite intriguing claims about the mechanisms, the big question is often, well, what are the actual benefits for someone using it? The report has this science of stillness section. It details how these short 5-minute sunlight sessions are claimed to offer significant advantages. They cite studies reportedly showing measurable benefits, things like reduced stress, decreased anxiety, a lower cortisol.
Okay, so tangible stress reduction.
Yes, and also enhanced cognition, like improved focus and memory, plus better emotional well-being, better regulation, improved sleep. It asserts that this structured pattern helps synchronize brain waves, leading to enhanced coherence overall.
So, wrapping this together, what does it all mean for their really ambitious goal of personal to universal illumination? The sources suggest that by modulating the default mode network, that brain network active when we're mind wandering.
Right, the self-referential part.
Yeah, they say OLS helps foster a more stable, centered self. And then there's the bolder claim that this sunlight alignment might even resonate with the universal field, facilitating spiritual illumination through collective coherence. Quite a leap, isn't it?
It definitely highlights the system's dual focus. You've got the very individual well-being aspect side by side with this broader, maybe spiritual connection. And what's also key, I think, is the accessibility they're aiming for. It's offered via online platforms, so it's designed to be available pretty much anywhere to anyone looking for a structured, maybe science-informed approach to spiritual practice.
What really stands out to me is just how OLS aims to make consistent spiritual practice seem achievable. Like, regardless of how busy your schedule is, distilling it into these precise 5-minute natural light intervals within a clear 9-day cycle sort of challenges that idea that deep personal growth always needs huge time commitments.
Exactly. This deep dive really shows us that perhaps the pursuit of personal coherence and, spiritual well-being might be found not just in grand gestures or long retreats, but maybe also in precise rhythmic alignment with something as fundamental as ever present as natural sunlight.
And just to note, our sources for this deep dive were excerpts from Sunlight Consciousness, The One Light System by the One Light System research team.
So, a final thought for you to consider. If this simple rhythmic alignment with natural light can potentially impact our inner world so profoundly, what other everyday rhythms, maybe ones we barely notice, might we be overlooking in our own quest for well-being and maybe deeper connection?